Cody Gakpo is coming to Manchester United, and that's according to various reports from credible sources. So it seems that after weeks and weeks of speculation on who would be the next forward to join Manchester United, Erik Ten Hag, John Murtho, and the scouts at Manchester United have made a decision on who that man is going to be. And that man is Cody Gakpo from PSV Eindhoven. Of course, it's no surprise that Erik Ten Hag wants Cody Gakpo. We were linked to him in the summer. Of course, we have chosen to prioritize Anthony from Ajax instead, but the club were always looking at him. And now I think the time is right to move on for him. Now, how likely is this transfer? How feasible is it? Well, actually quite feasible, because PSV Eindhoven, as big of a club as they are a club in a precarious financial situation. They've been hit hard by the pandemic. Of course, that has been offset by government grants, but now they don't enjoy those grants anymore. So they need to raise funds as fast as possible. And they only have two ways of doing that: either player sales or revenue generated from European competitions. Of course, that is not an option for them this season. They are not in the Champions League. And the last two players that they have sold for a sizable fee are Malen to Dortmund and Dumfries to Inter Milan. So now it's time for them to sell another asset in order for them to generate funds, and that's Cody Gakpo. Otherwise, they could be in a financial meltdown if they don't sell him to Manchester United in January. So the big surprise in this piece of information here is that we might get Cody Gakpo for less than the £50 million that have been quoted for the past couple of weeks in the press. Now, I've made an analysis video where I analyze Cody Gakpo as a player. And the reason why I did that is because a lot of Manchester United fans are concerned about the fact that he is just another left winger who cuts on his right foot. Someone that would be considered a Marcus Rashford 2.0, if you may. But in that video, I show that he's far from being that. That actually he's turning out to be quite an efficient goal scorer. A player who has a very high potential of being a really potent number 9. And I think that there is a lot of misconception around this player that we need to put to bed. He is a very good player. He's a very good forward, a very good goal scorer, and someone who contributes with a lot of assists. He's got over 30 goal contributions this season. That's phenomenal. Those are world-class numbers. Now, where would he fit at Manchester United? Well, currently, if you look at our forwards, only Anthony and Marcus Rashford would be nailed on for a starting spot at Manchester United. Jadon Sancho is in Holland currently, working on his fitness. Players like Elanga and Pelistri are backup players. They are too one-dimensional. Garnacho, of course, is too young to be relied upon. And Anthony Martial, as great as he is, when he is fit, when he's in form, and when he is in the right mood. But that doesn't happen consistently enough. You need consistency to be a forward for Manchester United. So we only have Anthony and Rashford, if we are being honest. So Cody Gakpo would actually slot in seamlessly into Manchester United's attacking trident. And then you can have players like Sancho, Garnacho, and Anthony Martial as supporting acts for the Anthony, Rashford, and Gakpo, with Elanga or Pelistri potentially going on loan. But we are going to be playing a lot of games. We are still in the Carabao Cup, in the Premier League, in the Europa League, and in the FA Cup. That's a lot of games. You cannot just have 3 or 4 forwards. If you play a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, you need at least 6 forwards. Now, the other thing that I want to mention in this video is that signing Cody Gakpo in January means that in the summer we could still go for some players who are going to be available on a free. Players like Youssoufa Moukoko, for example, or Marcus Thuram. While maybe Manchester United does not see the need to prioritize them in January, we could still work for deals for them in view of signing them in the summer. And at that time, the Pelistri/Elanga situation could be clearer, as well as the Anthony Martial situation, because these 3 players, I don't think that they feature in Erik Ten Hag's long-term plans. And so by signing Gakpo in January right now, he gives us just the boost that we need for us to have a great second half of the season. And then we can also work on deals for players whose contracts are expiring in June, so that we sign them on a free. Players like either Youssoufa Moukoko or Marcus Thuram, for example, could be great additions in the summer. So anyway, exciting news. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give it a like, a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and cheers.